Warning, this video contains flashing lights.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Immortal Kitchen. I am super excited to have you all with me tonight because we are going to be making something absolutely incredible here. Today we're going to be making mac and cheese. Hello everyone, we're sorry to interrupt your regular broadcast, but we have some breaking news here in Paradise and we're going to show you exactly why. Okay, follow me.
It's right over here. Point the camera over there. Point the camera over there. We're not exactly sure what we're looking at here, but we're going to try to find out exactly what this is and give you updates as soon as possible.
This broadcast has been terminated. All information pertaining to this broadcast is now classified.
Alright. By the way, peep the merch. I told you guys I was going to cop that new drop that they did. I got 2 of them so far, but I like this one the most because it's black and white. I also got this one, which is fire. Sick designs. But alright, let's get into it. Hello, gorgeous people. What is going on? And welcome back to another video. Today, we are covering Act 2 of Midwest Angelica. If you're new to this series, Midwest Angelica is set in the 80s and 90s, when scientists discover a strange object in space. As it approaches Earth, a piece of it crashes down, and it turns out it's alive. Soon, it begins infecting the human population. If you haven't seen Act 1 or the interlude, I highly recommend you watch those first, either on the Midwest Angelica channel, or you can check out my previous videos on them. Both will be linked in the description down below. And a few things before we begin. You guys let me know in the comments that Admiral Nero and Piso, those names aren't just random. They're actually tied to ancient Rome. Back in ancient Rome, Piso attempted to assassinate Emperor Nero, but his plans fail and everyone involved ends up being executed. Years later, a revolt happens in Rome and Nero flees with some of his loyal followers. Nero, learning that he's planned to be executed, has his private secretary kill him because he couldn't bring himself to end his own life. So knowing that information, maybe there's a chance that we'll see something similar happen to both of these characters, given that their names are actually tied to those historical figures. But for now guys, please be sure to go and support the Midwest Angelica channel, which is posting the videos that we are watching today. And also go support the Midwest Angelica merch, you guys already saw it. Links to everything will be in the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. And alright guys, enough of me yapping. Let's jump into Act 2. Video 1. Homebound. Alright, so before we start today, I just want to give a little disclaimer. We did watch Homebound before. It's actually already a video on my YouTube channel, but I've heard that Homebound was re-uploaded and there were some changes made that made it even better, so we're going to watch it again anyway, even though we may remember some of the main core points of it. So just want to let you guys know, because you guys might watch this and be like, hey, this seems familiar. Here we go. This is the beginning of Act 2. Home Delta. Oh, what was that? Okay, YouTube. Home Delta. Top secret. For the eyes of Home Delta Command only. Approved by Admiral Nero. I mean, you guys know, me and Admiral Nero, we're really cool friends. So, don't worry. I got permission to let you guys watch this. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry. Operation Homebound. Operation begins 4/13/1999. God damn, Deathbringer squad ready. Home HQ determined to be completely assimilated. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think this song is copyrighted. I can hear it already. So there's a chance that the audio from this may be muted. If that is the case, I highly recommend you go and watch the original for yourself to get the full experience. Again, links to all that will be in the description. AGM 114 Hellfire. Bombardment of Home HQ commences 12:01 a.m. Here we go. Ah. Ooh. Yeah, get that thing. Obliterated. Yes. Yes, please. Ground forces raid Long Pine Altar, 12:03 a.m. Oh yeah, obliterated. Jones family Giga tracked and located at the coordinates. Oh, that's a thing from the family farm. Gone, obliterated. Orbital bombardment of Alpha Chunk and Starfield Ranch. Okay. So they destroyed where it started. Now the only thing left is AZ-001. Starkill threats. Obliterated. That's what we love to hear. Except, if you watch the interlude, the in-between section of Act 1 and Act 2, you will know that Paiso was saying that Admiral Nero is going to fake this event. He's going to make it look like that they obliterated the Starkill, when actually he's just faking it the entire time. Because now Admiral Nero is like a part of the Starkill, if you remember. So I'm curious, how did they fake that? Because it definitely looked like they exploded everything. Secure access broadcast, top secret classification, broadcast commences 4:14. Approved for broadcast by Admiral Nero, I think that said. General Paiso. We're just talking about you, my friend.
As per the request of Admiral Nero of Home Delta Division, this report is to be given to...
Hold on, we're gonna throw on the captions here.
As per the request of Admiral Nero of Home Delta Division, this report is to be given to the Select Committee consisting of the Secretary of Defense and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration on the date of April 14, 1999. This report is classified as top secret in an effort to preserve national security. On April 13th, Home Delta forces managed to successfully eliminate all known traces of the Starkill threat. While some Starkill spores remain in the atmosphere around operational zones in the Midwest, these spores were discovered to be inert without the presence of a central biomass hub. Research is now underway at various institutions across the United States to uncover the Starkill's true nature and functionality. Preliminary research performed by Home Delta has led to hypotheses surrounding the possible origins for AZ-001, or possible instances of AZ-001's arrival to Earth in the past. Throughout written history, world cultures and religions describe some variation of an apocalyptic deluge, in which a great destructive force violently brings civilization to an end. Researchers believe this deluge is representative of the organism known as AZ-001 and the subsequent Starkill infestation. It is believed that the civilization and the event occurs in cycles, though much remains uncertain at this time. However, what we do know is that the cycle of destruction and violence has finally been brought to an end with the might of the United States military. We may very well even have stopped the power of God himself with just a fraction of our military capabilities. Find solace in that fact, the fact that we have nothing more to fear in this universe, but we have become stronger than God. The oppressed have become the oppressor, and only oppressors have the freedom to choose peace and end the cycle of violence. Admiral Nero, I commend your efforts. You lurked among the shadows as you played your hand. I'm fully aware. You may try to kill me now, but know that the man speaking in front of this committee right now is actually a death row inmate scheduled for execution. I too am playing your game, Nero, and I'm prepared.
Okay. All right. So what I got from that was, again, this is only if you're watching this and you didn't watch the interlude, please go watch the interlude because you're not going to understand a lot of what's going on here. Paiso and Nero are against each other. Nero is in charge of the Deathbringer squad, and he is secretly a part of the Starkill. It seems that nobody else knows about this except for Paiso, because Paiso and Aaron, who is now Fakebringer, but we'll get to that in a minute, are the only two survivors from the whole Babel site thing that happened. So I don't think anybody in the world knows, including the governments, that Admiral Nero is a part of the Starkill. So Admiral Nero does this thing, makes it look like he killed the Starkill, destroyed all the biomasses. Apparently there's only some spores in the air, but they're not connected to a central hub, so that's okay. But Paiso just revealed that apparently they think that AZ-001 has been to Earth before on multiple occasions, and that it ties to past events where civilization was ended, and then civilization starts again, only for AZ-001 to come back, end civilization, and then the cycle just repeats over and over and over again. But this time, it appears the American military stopped that cycle from continuing. But then at the end there, Paiso says, like, listen, Admiral Nero, I know the game you're playing, and you could try to kill me, but I'm actually a death row inmate. So technically, that's not actually Paiso. It's just someone speaking for Paiso. Very similar to the beginning of Death Note, if you guys have seen Death Note before, where L comes on TV and he basically tries to expose Kira. So Light kills L on TV, but turns out that wasn't actually L. If you know, you know. But now I'm curious where this is gonna go, because apparently Nero destroyed all of the Starkill on Earth. But why would you do that? Like, why would you fake that event? Especially destroying the Starkill is destroying part of itself. There's got to be like some greater game at play here. And again, I do remember some of that because we watched Homebound before, but we watched it without knowing the interlude knowledge. So knowing the interlude knowledge, things are a lot easier to understand here. By the way, I rewatched everything and took some notes just so that I'd be sure not to miss anything. Hopefully. It seems that no matter what, I always miss something, no matter how many times I like look at these videos. The man posing as General GC Paiso was confirmed to be death row inmate Isaac Dunn. His death was ruled as an assassination. General GC Paiso's current whereabouts remain unknown. Okay, so this is Admiral Nero's real appearance, and apparently, as you can see here under the captions, first apostle of Azazel. Oh my god, beta chunk separation, I do remember. For all eternity. Damn. Home Delta threat. Obliterated. Oh, hell no. Is it in the ocean now too? Okay, so pretty much just like we talked about, Admiral Nero making it look like he destroyed the Starkill, but really there's greater things at play, and now Beta Chunk has broken off from AZ-001 in the sky. So if the humans want to win this at all, they gotta get rid of the big AZ001 in the sky, because even if they keep getting rid of the chunks, it's just going to keep breaking off and dropping them down. So now Beta Chunk is going to land. So humans think that they got rid of the Starkill, but actually now the issue is just repeating itself again. Now, they did say earlier that this is like a cycle, that AZ001 has been here before and ended civilization, but then it comes back and then the cycle repeats. But it does seem like, listening to Admiral Nero here, that they want this to be like the last time that this is done. You know, they want to just completely end or take over humanity here. And it also seems like Home Delta is now just completely obliterated. Like the Deathbringer squad doesn't even exist anymore, just based on what we see here with all the dead Deathbringer heads. Also, the description for this one says, Midwest Angelica 005. The tape was discovered during a routine dive into the Kansas City major cavity. A few other partially intact objects were discovered during the dive as well, including various computational devices. The tape's contents seem to have carried some greater significance to the Starkill. I don't know if I mentioned this in the interlude video I did, but the descriptions for the Midwest Angelica videos, at least the Act 1 videos and now Act 2, are very interesting because they refer to everything like these tapes were discovered in, and then it's always like, you know, a crater, or like the Kansas City major cavity, or like it was found in a bunker and things like that. And sometimes the description implies that whoever found these tapes is unaware of all the events that took place, which doesn't make sense to me, because I feel like at this point, or if not now, then soon, the whole world should know that this is taking place. I mean, the military is bombing things, there's things falling from the sky, people are getting infected in towns and then getting killed. Like, there's, you know what I mean? How does the public not know about this? So even if someone found these tapes, how are they unaware of what's going on? For example, in Act 1 in the Starkill video, the description says the tape was discovered inside a barricaded examination room in the abandoned Red Oaks Veterinary Clinic. Despite its alleged nature, the contagion shown in the video has yet to be discovered in any form. And that video is talking about the Starkill virus. So how is someone saying like, yeah, we found this tape talking about it, but we've never heard of the Starkill before, or it's never been discovered? Like, how are you even saying that? I don't know when, you know, these descriptions are being written, like when these tapes are being discovered, but it's got to be way after all these events, or something happens where no one remembers this entire series and how everything went down. Just really interesting, and I just wanted to include that because we're probably going to get a lot more weird descriptions during the rest of Act 2. But alright, on to the next one. Video 2. Pause. Okay, I'm going to read the description at the beginning this time. Midwest Angelica 005S. The tape was recorded by Kansas City resident Marcus Lucan in late May of 1999. This tape was found alongside another tape created by Lucan in June of 1999. I'm trying to remember if we heard the name Marcus Lucan in Act 1, but I don't believe we have. Again though, Kansas City. So let's take a watch. Hey, KMBC TV, Kansas City, Liberty Paradise. Friday, continued sunny, warm, breezy. Low 65, high 85. Winds S8 to 12. Do you see it? It's right there. There's something flying there. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna move down here so we can get a closer look at it. I mean, that's got to be a part of the Starkill, right? Like maybe, I mean, we knew about, you know, the smaller creatures, how there could be bigger creatures because of altars and the hubs.
But I don't think we've seen anything that flies yet. And that's definitely not human. I mean, that thing looks like a giant jellyfish. That's definitely concerning. So maybe that's what Chunk B has now, are these like flying creatures? Or maybe these are what is coming out of the ocean, because we did get that ocean clip at the end of the last one as well. And yeah, it does kind of look like a jellyfish. Let's get one more look at it. But interesting, we do know that there's like something bad happens in Kansas, so this is, I wonder if that's what we're gonna see here during Act 2, is the progression of the downfall of Kansas City. Let's jump into the next one. Video 3. Paradise. Midwest Angelica 006. The tape is the second created by Marcus Lucan in late May to early June of 1999. Both were found during a Japanese official investigation in 2001, and they were thought to have been leaked by a former CIA operative. 2 other tapes created by Lucan have since been found, though they weren't included in the original leak. Huh? Both were found during a Japanese official investigation? Why are the Japanese involved? It's also interesting that they say in 2001. So are these tapes being found, like, are all of them being found around 2001? Because if that's the case, that's even more confusing that nobody would know about this in 2001, like 2 years after where we currently are at in the series. But let's get to watching. June 2nd.
Marcus Lucan. I'm an independent journalist from Kansas City, Missouri. And on May 29th, I saw something unexplainable on a local television channel. I found out the station is based in Paradise, Missouri. So I'm here today to see if I can uncover any answers about what I saw.
Okay, so he's talking about the jellyfish because he's the same person that recorded the last video that we watched. So he's going to Paradise, Missouri to take a look at it. Bruh, where is Kansas City? I'm actually unsure. Okay, so Kansas City is right here, like in the center of America, which is actually not too far from Nebraska, which is where a lot of the events of Act 1 took place. So very interesting that this is happening in Kansas City then. Does that mean that Beta Chunk landed close to that same area? I like that we're getting the POV of an independent journalist now.
I just parked my car and I'm just gonna have a look around. It seems like a pretty quiet neighborhood so far. There's not a lot going on here.
Is it quiet because everyone's been killed? Or Starkilled?
I want to see if I can find that lake that I saw on the broadcast.
I find it hard to believe that people wouldn't see that jellyfish and freak out, you know what I mean? Oh, this looks pretty similar.
I just got to the lake, and one thing that I noticed is that it's really, really quiet around here. I haven't seen anyone yet, but...
Is that it?
Well...
Zoom in. It's dropping something.
That's it. That's what I saw.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now? Oh. Did it just vanish?
Need to get closer.
It wasn't there anymore, I don't think. Unless it moved to just slightly out of the way. Wait, what did that say? Did that say anything important? This property from... or... That sign's ripped, so it's kind of hard to read, but I don't even know if it's important. Probably not.
What the hell?
Oh, I couldn't even see that. That was like blending in.
Looks like some kind of Starkill mass. I don't think the lake is supposed to be that color.
I think it's gotten into the water supply.
Oh my god. What an incredible way to infect people through the water supply. Whoa, that's so smart. That would make sense why he's saying that you know, the whole area is silent. Because if everybody in the town has been infected now with the Starkill, they could have easily been infected by just infecting the water supply. Everyone would naturally just be drinking water and getting the infection without even realizing it.
I'm walking back to the car. I don't know what I just saw, but it's awfully quiet around here, to be honest. Something about this place is just...
too quiet. Oh, hell no. That was actually kind of traumatizing for me a little bit. When I was like 6, I used to go to Pennsylvania to visit my grandparents, and I would ride around town on my bike, and I used to pass this house, and it always looked like that there was someone standing in the window just staring at me every time I went past, and it used to scare me so much that I stopped going down there. One day I eventually went down there again and actually like stared back at the person, and it was actually a cardboard cutout of someone. I don't know who it was, I don't remember, it was years ago, but why would someone place a cardboard cutout there? That's kind of it's a messed up joke. It actually terrified me when I was younger, but I only bring that up because that looked very similar just now. You could see like the outline of a person, and then you could tell they're infected because, yeah, they start doing that Starkill like growing stuff out of them type thing. I can't tell if this is something here though. I don't think so. Oh, he just got away? No way, right? Is he gonna get followed by like the giant jellyfish?
I need to find somewhere to stay for the night. I don't feel comfortable here anymore.
Wouldn't you call the police or something at this point? Tell them what you saw? Deer Lodge Motel.
Okay, so I just got to the hotel. And everything's been fine so far, but I noticed something odd about this sink. So I turned it on and...
Oh. Yeah, bro, it's time to go.
Pretty weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Bro.
set up the camera while I sleep. Tomorrow I'll continue the investigation.
Why are you setting up the camera while you sleep? What are you hoping to catch here? I wouldn't even want to stay there because that would mean that the other people in the motel or maybe that own it are probably infected. If it's in the water supply there. I was following along really well, I think. But what the hell was that? Genuinely, what on earth did I just witness? Is this another Evangelion reference, or what is it, Neon Genesis? I've seen a lot of people in the comments under these videos keep saying that a lot of the visual aspects, or maybe even some of the story aspects, are related to some animes. I've never seen Neon Genesis or Evangelion. Are they the same thing? Well, I've never seen Evangelion. Should I watch that? Because I keep seeing people in the comments referencing it, and I'm wondering. I'm starting to think like, would I understand this better? I mean, obviously, we're gonna continue watching. That just kind of blew my mind a little bit. I have no idea what that is. It left the door open too. How rude. You definitely watched back the footage, right?
I'm gonna go grab some lunch.
Or not.
I had a pretty weird dream last night, too. I don't remember exactly what it was, but for some reason I woke up today feeling rejuvenated. Like, I'm not scared anymore. I haven't checked the tapes yet, but I will soon. Until then, I'm just going to continue my investigation.
Well, then I'm gonna say that whatever that is isn't a negative force. If he's,
out of town, then
I'm gonna say whatever that is isn't a negative force because it's making him feel rejuvenated and less scared. That's definitely can't be a part of the Starkill. But then what would that be?
while I was there, it got pretty cloudy. So I definitely think it's going to rain. So I don't know if I'll be able to film more today. But yeah, I mean, yesterday, I don't know how to explain what happened. I mean, I think the only logical thing is that it was a hallucination. But
You have it on camera. You have it on camera. You need to go send this to people. Show somebody. Oh my god.
I need to go back. Back to the lake.
So you saw a giant floating jellyfish, some giant like monster walking just now. People like with, how are you seeing all these things and you're thinking I should go back to the lake? You're probably one of the only people that has witnessed this thing and survived. That's probably why this isn't like, you know, all over the news or like hugely public right now. It's probably because whoever's seeing this are instantly getting infected, so no one can like spread this news, I'm guessing. Especially if you got that jellyfish just walking around infecting the water supply. It's probably taking out like everybody in the nearby area. There it is again.
What is the plan here? Bro, it's getting dark. I'm sorry, I gotta pause. I keep hearing like some kind of sound behind me. And I'm home alone right now. It's raining, it's thundering. It's very late at night. This is like peak analog horror vibes right now, and it's scaring me. I gotta go check for peace of mind. Surprise, surprise, there was nothing there, but of course I had to check just for the peace of mind. Actually, let me lock the door. Like, what is the goal here? Does he want a closer look at the thing in the sky, or... Okay, now some...
saw it on the camera.
What did he say?
I only saw it on the camera.
I only saw it on the camera. Interesting. Okay.
There it is. That's what's calling me.
That's what's calling me. Is that like a cave underground? Oh, dude. Dude, you should not be here. It looks like you're in something's mouth right now.
What even is this?
Oh, that's a person's face. So very similar to the altars.
Under the lake.
This part must be under the lake. Is that a person? It's Paiso. Okay, shout out to Marcus, first of all, for having a dope name, but it seems that Marcus goes there obviously because he saw what was on the news, he investigates, sees all those creepy things, decides to leave. Then, when he sleeps in the hotel at night, something visits him. And it's from that moment on that he begins to make some pretty strange decisions. For example, going back and going deeper into a forest at night, and he says that it's calling him, like something's calling him, and he ends up finding that hole in the ground. He goes into the hole, it's like some kind of fleshy thing going on, and as he goes through, he ends up in a part that's probably under the lake, and he finds Paiso at the end of it. So what I'm wondering, could that like white spirit thing maybe be Paiso somehow communicating to Marcus to come and save him? That's my only thought. Like, it's the only thing I could think that it could be, even though that is such a stretch. I feel either that or something that definitely wanted to help Paiso and that's against the Starkill. Just have no idea what that is, and I feel like we haven't seen or heard of anything like that yet in the series. I did talk about this in the intro about the history of ancient Rome and how Paiso tries to assassinate Nero, but he gets caught and they end up getting executed. It does seem like Paiso got caught here and he's like trapped in this thing,
but he's still alive, which makes me wonder if we're not gonna get the true, like, historical accuracy to the names there, because he is alive still. Also, just before we move on to the next video, that was incredible to me, that video that we just watched. I love like found footage style stuff, and I honestly don't even know if that was all animated or if just part of that was animated, but that looked incredible. I feel like all of that was really, really well done, and it's just so creepy how it goes from this guy is just trying to investigate this thing to, you know, he sees it in the air and then he realizes that he's completely alone and that, you know, the people of this town are also weird. And I just really liked the progression of that episode and how creepy that was in every way. That was really good in my opinion. So big shout out to AQ Studio for that, because that was really, really well done. Obviously the rest of the series is well done, but I really liked that episode in particular. And all right, on to the next one. Video 4, Terminated. The description for this one reads, Midwest Angelica 006S. The tape, which contains the third recording created by Lucan, was found to be property of an entirely separate organization. This tape was found alongside another tape that contains footage from Lucan as well as footage from Dr. Gamma Churchill, also known as Piso. Alright, interesting. And this tape was apparently owned by an entirely separate organization. So we'll have to keep note of that. Oh. Alright, you didn't even give me a second for that. It is assumed that Lucan recorded these local station broadcasts on the night of June 2nd while staying at a motel outside of Paradise, Missouri. The tapes were received from the Pentagon alongside camcorder footage also recorded by Lucan on June 2nd and June 3rd. The following tape contains the television broadcasts recorded by Lucan on June 2nd. I'm already gonna pause just because I want to double check when that... Okay, so the last video was taken on June 3rd. The ending of that last video was on June 3rd at night. So we're about to see the television broadcast recorded by Lucan on June 2nd. So the night before the end of that last video.
Working for you. You've seen every performance of this play? Yes. But don't you find
6. Headline news update. Today's temps. Looks normal, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, he had to have recorded these for some reason. Tonight, fair skies, low 72. Ooh. A civil authority has issued a water boil advisory for Clay County, Missouri, effective until further notice.
We're looking at here, our ground team is attempting to get closer to what you're seeing on your screen. We'll have more updates for you as they come in over the next hour. Again, in case you're just joining us.
Broadcast terminated. Interesting. Hold up. Okay, damn, we don't have captions. All information pertaining to this broadcast is now classified. It is assumed that the Starkill-controlled Home Delta Division was responsible for this hijacking of KMBC-TV Channel 6. All information about the Beta Chunk's presence in Paradise was kept to be absolute secrecy by the Starkill. Oh my god. Despite these efforts, Marcus Lucan still managed to successfully infiltrate Paradise.
The implications of this fact are unsettling. And that's it. Okay, so that explains a lot. I was just thinking maybe people weren't aware because everyone was getting infected whenever they may have encountered what was going on. But it looks like the news channel even found out and like saw this thing. It was like, hey, like breaking news, like look at this thing. But the Starkill is just tracking down and taking care of any spread of this news. So that's really smart actually. So the entire country thinks that this issue, you know, the Starkill is taken care of because they took care of Alpha Chunk and stuff like that. But really, they have no idea that another chunk has landed and is already growing and infecting so many people. And obviously, it may even be moving at a faster rate than the first chunk did because we got these giant creatures and these other ones floating in the sky. So that's pretty insane. I am going to go back through the broadcast though, because I feel like I was seeing glitches in there, like some stuff in the glitches, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll let you know if I find anything. Okay, so I did find some stuff like in between the frames, which I'll show you right now. Like I did find a lot of things similar to this, but it's pretty much unreadable. And even when it is readable, it seems to just be about like random things. Like I saw one about like gambling. So I don't think that they have anything to do with the story. I think it's just like glitchiness from changing channels and things like that. But I'm curious to see now what the next video is, if we also have recordings from, you know, Gamma Churchill or Paizo. But alright, let's find out more in the next one. Video 5. Apostles. Okay, so some interesting information before we jump into this next one. First of all, the description. Midwest Angelica 007. The tape contains footage recorded by Dr. Gamma Churchill and Marcus Lucan. It is the second tape found to be in possession of a newly formed home organization. So there's another newly formed home organization. So we had Home, then we had Home Delta. We're gonna have Home Gamma. I mean, that would make sense, Gamma Churchill. But what's more interesting to me is someone in the comments said, shout out to Thunder Gunner. I haven't seen anyone else talk about this, so I will. I think Marcus Lucan is reference to Marcus Annaeus Lucanus. I'm definitely butchering that. A Roman poet who lived under the rule of Nero, and he was in fact a part of Paizo's conspiracy to overthrow Nero. So that is interesting, and again ties into the whole, you know, Paizo Nero names thing. So I guess there is still a chance that we lose Paizo and now Marcus too, if these names are accurate to what they're based on. But let's find out. The following footage was found in Lucan's car on the morning of June 5th, 1999. Alright, so 2 days after he found Paizo. The car was found blocking the gate at the Pentagon South parking lot, and it was subsequently towed and inspected. This tape was recorded by Dr. Gamma Churchill, the former director of the top-secret Home Delta Division. We now know Home Delta was strategically and covertly assimilated by the Starkill on April 4th, 1999. This footage was recorded mere weeks after the assimilation event, now known as the Rebirth event. Tape 1, Churchill.
Dr. Gamma Churchill. The events that transpired at the conference were a result of a lapse in security on our part. The man who was speaking at that conference was identified as a death row inmate and subsequently eliminated by our highly trained security operatives. I see. And Admiral Nero, you say, is the alias of Dr. Robert Spencer. What is his current condition? Last we heard, he was placed in cryogenic sleep as a result of the Starkill infection. Spencer has recovered. The infection was surgically removed. Dr. Spencer himself has ordered that Dr. Churchill be executed by any means possible. He has succumbed to the Starkill infection and is attempting to subvert operations here at Home Delta. His current whereabouts are unknown, but we advise you to shoot to kill on sight. He was last seen west of Lock River, so it's a cover-up.
Okay, so Nero's now telling everybody that Churchill is actually infected with the Starkill, and that he's actually the bad guy.
It's been over a week since I last received contact from Fakebringer. I fear the worst has come to pass. I can't deny that I saw this outcome as inevitable. Yet, knowing what this outcome would be, I still place the burden of humanity's future upon him. I can't ignore this fact anymore. The fact that I've evaded my duty to humanity by sending others marching to their deaths. Spencer, Aaron, the countless Deathbringers, they were all sacrificed by me, all in an attempt to avoid the inevitable fate that awaits me. But now, there's nobody left. I'm the only one alive who has the power to end the Starkill threat. There's no other choice. I must carry out my duty, even in the face of certain death. I have reason to believe that the central consciousness of AZ-001 has made landfall, but its location is known only to the Starkill itself. Using this, the Akashic probe, I will be able to extract the knowledge and memories of the Starkill from this hypothetical central chunk, the beta chunk. Once this vital intel is retrieved, the United States can fully initiate a counterattack to wipe out the Starkill using its own memories.
Okay, so the goal is to go to the beta chunk, extract the knowledge that it has, and then use that knowledge to find the main consciousness of AZ-001 to destroy where it is. Because they believe that the consciousness from AZ-001 has landed on Earth, so if they could just blow that up, they completely destroy the Starkill and everything connected to it, I'm guessing. Interesting. I'm happy that we got to see like that device completed, because we saw that at the end of the interlude, and I wasn't too sure about what it did or how it worked, so that clears it up.
I've determined a range of possible locations for this chunk based on the effect of the Akashic range of the Starkill infection. As far as I can tell, the current core Starkill hubs are located at the Babel site and the Coliseum site. My mission begins here. No matter what, I must survive and locate the beta chunk before darkness falls on humanity. This is the final stand, and I must do it alone.
Okay, this also explains why Marcus found Paizo in the beta chunk.
I'm heading to the Coliseum site in Columbia, Missouri. I want to assess the full extent of the infection and hopefully gain some insight into the possible whereabouts of the beta chunk. Wherever it is, it's likely trying to remain as hidden as possible in order to avoid detection while it grows. There's little time to waste.
I mean, that's smart. Instead of it just landing on the surface this time, the Alpha chunk kind of like buried itself underground, so I guess it was less visible and less noticeable. Ah, so this is the Coliseum site, what it looks like now.
It must be some kind of Akashic node. It's communicating with the beta chunk. Given the shape of the antenna, it seems to be scattering the signal to prevent triangulation of the source.
Okay, so my theory was incorrect. It's definitely not... That definitely wasn't somehow Paizo's like consciousness speaking to Marcus earlier. It's something completely different because now it's speaking to Paizo too. I can't really tell what it says though. Like I can't hear that at all. I heard the word story, which the captions heard too, but very hard to tell. By the way, the captions are not entirely correct. They're YouTube auto-generated. But I thought it was better than nothing for the hard to hear dialogue parts.
Mental stability, 89%. Neurological pathway connection, nominal. Metabolic functions operating at biological capacity. All biological systems are reading nominal.
month since I began my search for the beta chunk. I've covered hundreds of square miles across Missouri, Arkansas, and Kansas, yet the Starkill spore signal response has been effectively at noise floor for all locations. Wherever it is, it's doing a very good job at hiding.
Paradise.
But I think this might be my first clue. I'm heading now to Paradise, Missouri. I've checked this area before, but nothing came up then. However, given what was on that billboard, I have reason to believe that there is indeed something going on in this town. I'll do a thorough check this time, leaving no area undocumented.
Okay, but wait, what was on the billboard? The red? Am I just clueless? How is this a clue to him? Is this just like, it looks like just spray paint on a board. Red spray paint, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Do you guys see something? Am I just losing it? Is it too late at night for me now?
But nothing came up then. However, given what was on that billboard, I have reason to believe that there is indeed something going on in this town. I'll do a thorough check this time, leaving no area undocumented. This is the best lead I have. I'm using a spore reader to check for Starkill presence. So far, nothing's coming up.
I was gonna say, how would he even know? But yeah, that makes sense. He's got a device to help him check.
There's gotta be a way that it's spreading, if not through the air.
Through the water. There you go.
That's it. It's under the lake. It's spreading through the water. Clever.
So again, this is taking place obviously before Marcus goes and does what he does and finds Paiso.
I knew it.
Damn, he dug that hole?
Paradise. I know what I have to do for the sake of us all.
Alright, so what happened to him? Why'd he get stuck down there?
Fascinating. The infection is at least a temple classification. It must be using the lake water as a cooling vent, as opposed to the mushroom structures used for airborne spore dissemination. And it's completely hidden from view.
The main brain of it, I guess.
Wait, what was that? What was that? Some flashing text here. Second apostle of Azazel. What? How? Oh my god, that was it. Did you see that? Right there. That is the same image that I believe it was Dr. Lucas Michaels, right? Yeah, when Churchill and Spencer are talking to Dr. Lucas Michaels, the person who discovered AZ-001 originally, this is a part of the image that they saw when he scanned his brain. This is what he was seeing in his dreams. So it just doesn't make sense. Let's finish watching before I get into a rant. Easter. So something that you guys were telling me was that when the characters say Easter, it's not because something's going to happen on Easter. It's actually a reference to a Chainsaw Man character from the Chainsaw Man anime. The character Cosmo has all the knowledge in the universe inside her head. This essentially gives her a possibility to be omniscient. However, due to the fact that Cosmo herself appears to be affected by her power, likely because of her weakened state due to being a fiend, she's unable to utilize or access this knowledge in any meaningful way, being only able to think and say the word Halloween. So it seems that Easter is like the Midwest Angelica version of that. Like, I guess if you get infected, your brain is so overloaded with knowledge that eventually the only thing you could say is Easter. It sounds like Churchill is just saying Easter, which I guess means that he gets infected. So that thing, that glowing thing, is apparently the second apostle of Azazel. And I believe Nero's the first. The term apostle generally signifies someone sent out on a mission, an ambassador, or a messenger, particularly one authorized to preach the gospel. So, if they're the second apostle of Azazel, that would mean that they're on Azazel's side, but they tell Paiso to go out like honorably, to accept the fact that he's done here, he's gonna die here, but that his package will still be delivered safely, which makes sense why that same creature, that same thing, brings in Marcus Lucan, tells him like, yo, come over here, and brings him to Paiso so that he could retrieve the package and still deliver it. You know, the information with all the beta chunk knowledge, that capsule. I just don't understand why an apostle of Azazel would be helping with that. But let's continue watching. We still got a little left. As shown in the footage, Dr. Churchill succumbed to the Starkill infection as his mind was flooded with the Akashic Eternal Consciousness. Yes. That's why he says Easter. The following tape was found in the Arlington National Cemetery outside of the Pentagon. It was recorded by Marcus Lucan on June 3rd, 1999.
Take this. Pentagon.
Who are you?
DIA. It's for humanity. Take the camera.
I don't understand.
Go.
Sorry.
Damn, so Paiso's really done, man.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
I'm going to the Pentagon. I don't know who that man was, or what any of that was, but I'm sure there's answers.
Marcus finally making a smart decision. Can't even speak. Marcus finally making a smart decision. He's going to the Pentagon. He's got this thing. He's got all this information, this footage of what he saw, and he's going straight to the Pentagon to tell them what's up. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart.
Driving straight there. 16 hours, only stopping for sleep. Something's compelling me, just like before. A gut feeling, maybe.
They did say, though, that they found the tapes in his car. Like, I don't think they found him. Oh my god, he's infected? I mean, that makes sense. Paiso got infected. Bro, lock in, you gotta make it. You gotta make it. I mean, we know he makes it. They found the tapes, but... Did he just grow wings and fly away? Yeah, those gotta be wings. Those absolutely have to be wings. And he's just gone. Okay, so he makes it to the cemetery right outside the Pentagon, but the tapes are still there, and I'm guessing the device with the information is still there as well. Marcus Lucan's done. Paiso's done. Their names follow the history. They both get taken out in an attempt to get Nero. We can only hope that Nero's name also follows the history and that he ends up losing as well. There's still like 1 minute left or something. Lucan's body is yet to be found. Proper quarantine methods were enacted in regard to the Lucan materials. Smart. Information contained within the Akashic probe included the truth behind Home Delta has led the United States government to forming a new division of Home. And it's called... The Gospel of Truth has been revealed. Okay. I thought we were going to get the name of the new Home division. Property of Home Gamma. I called it. Man. They're honoring Gamma Churchill, man. They're honoring Paiso with that. That's awesome. Sick, dude. One nation under God. And that's it for that one. Okay, so now Home Gamma has the information on where the Starkill consciousness, or where AZ-001's consciousness, should be on Earth. So technically, they should just be able to bomb it or explode it again like before, right? And probably take out the Starkill, because I'm guessing if they take out AZ-001's consciousness, it'll eradicate everything, because there won't be no center mind to connect the hive mind. Oh man. R.I.P. Churchill and Lucan, man. R.I.P. They did the best that they could. Marcus Lucan literally just got roped in because he saw something weird on the news. But he did his thing, man. He did his thing. Alright, we got 3 videos left.
So let's jump into the next one. Video 6. Gospel. The description for this one says, Midwest Angelica 007S. The tape was found in a fortified bunker near the Greater Appalachian Canyon of Tennessee. Another one that's in like a bunker or something. So really interesting is that I'm thinking like, who's gonna take care of this now? It's gotta be the US government, right? But I was thinking like, do we have any characters left? And I don't think we do. I think everyone's dead. I think the only person that we might see possibly do something could be Dr. Lucas Michaels, who again, like, we've gotten no information on. We know that Dr. Lucas Michaels is the person who found AZ-001, and then he disappeared somewhere in 1989, and there's been like no information. Then in the interlude, we were told that there is some new information regarding him, but we never heard what it was. And we found out that he was having like these visions and these dreams ever since he discovered AZ-001. But then after that, still haven't heard anything about him. So whereabouts still unknown, but he's the only character that I think we know of still. Fakebringer seems to be taken out. Aaron. I believe that might be the person that we saw Nero having a hold of at the end of Homebound. There was like one Deathbringer in the middle. I think that was Fakebringer, so I think he got caught there. But damn, this is really looking kind of down to the wire right now on whether humanity could win this or not. The whole thing is that like, yeah, they might have the location now and be able to bomb it, but I know this isn't the end of the series. I know there's supposed to be an Act 3, so something else is, you know what I mean? Something else is going to go down before this happens. So, all right, enough. Let's jump in. Home Gamma Majestic Gospel Akashic Memory Recall System. Retrieving Akashic information. Starkill Collective Memory Storage Retrieval. Again, I just love the visuals of the series. Classification, Earth locations, biological memory, unknown data. Structure A, Alter. Alters are the smallest Starkill biomass collection capable of commanding and producing two types of entities. Structure A entity, Phantom. Phantoms appear nearly indistinguishable from humans at first, but have the capability to transform into wretches. Okay, so yeah, so they're infected people that just seem normal. Structure A, entity Wretch. Wretches are humanoid Starkill entities that can be produced from alter biomass or from converted phantoms. Structure B, Temple. A temple is a much larger concentration of Starkill biomass, with biomass extending deep underground. Structure B entity, Wraith. Wraith entities can take different shapes depending on the nature of the temple, but they can grow to be 200 feet tall. So that would be the thing that we saw, that giant creature. Structure B entity, Revenant. Revenants excrete spores from their bodies and are able to float using natural helium reserves. That's the jellyfish. System error, unlisted entities, unlisted objects, Structure C, code distinguish Overture, Structure C entity, code distinguish Titan. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Neither of those can be good. Biological memory. Okay, hold up. January 16th, 1999 to May 31st, 1999. Size 20 terabytes. Unknown, size unknown. Yeah, we're almost at the end of this video already. Chill. Error image. Time data not found. Error, memory recall unstable. Nah, come on, come on. You gotta get the information. You gotta get the information. Unknown data. Sure, what's that? Why don't we get the Earth locations? Isn't that what we're here for? Encrypted data. The contents of the Akashic probe reveal the Starkill's secret operations. Okay. It has been revealed that Home Delta was completely assimilated and is now under the control of a hyper-intelligent biomass hive mind. Yes? Okay. Happy that more people know about that now. The Starkill infection and biomass collectively refers to itself as Azazel, a name associated with the fallen angel in the extra-biblical book of Enoch. Much of the contents of the Akashic probe appear to be indecipherable or encrypted in a way impossible for even the most powerful computers to crack. Ah, damn. However, enough information was recovered for Home Gamma Majestic to begin devising countermeasures against the Starkill. Good news. I love that. Dawnstar. One nation under God. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I already know the next video is gonna go crazy because the next video is 11 minutes long. Oh man. Okay, that was sick though. I love that we got a full description of all the entities and stuff like that, except for obviously like those final two that are new. But I like that we got a description of how they work and everything. It just clears up some information for me regarding the series because there's a lot of times that we see things, but I feel like we didn't get the full name of them or how they worked. But I like that. That was really good. I just wish that we got all that information, dude, because I would have ate that all up. All the information that we got there. That would have been sick. I believe this is now going to introduce my shirt here that I got. This is the other shirt that I got, if you guys remember earlier. It says Operation Rapture on it, and that's the name of the next video. And on the back, I believe it says, yeah, Dawnstar. So ignore how wrinkly it is. That's my fault. You know, I can't even read it yet. It's gonna be a spoiler. Can't even read it yet. I've warned it already, but I'm like, I can't look at it too in depth because it's gonna spoil it for me. But I just love the design. I actually genuinely love the look of their merch designs. I just love stuff like that. I don't even know how to describe the design. But all right, enough yapping. On to the next one. Video 7. Rapture. Okay, so the description for this one reads, Midwest Angelica 008. The tape was found in the Greater Texas Chasm and required additional footage taken from Redacted for the sake of context and visual clarity. Interesting. I guess we're gonna find out what the additional footage is taken from in this video, but let's go see. I'm really excited to see what Operation Rapture is. Home Gamma Majestic. Let's go, Home Gamma. Do not let us down. June 1999.
Majestic has acquired the necessary intel to begin humanity's counterattack against the Starkill. Using the Starkill's own memory samples, scientists at home have developed an artificial intelligence system known as the Digital Akashic Watcher and Neurological System for Targeting, Analysis, and Response. Or scientists at
Sorry. Did they say AI? Wait, hold on.
home have developed an artificial intelligence system known as the Digital Akashic Watcher and Neurological System for Targeting, Analysis, and Response.
An artificial intelligence. Dude, the amount of times now that an AI has been introduced in an analog horror and it's gone horribly wrong. Shout out to my guy Oracle from Vintage 8, if you know, you know.
Or Dawnstar for short. Dawnstar contains all of the Starkill's known memories, and thus possesses the ability to think like the Starkill. As a result, Dawnstar can predict the Starkill's actions with up to 99% accuracy.
So you produced essentially another Starkill entity to fight the Starkill. What if the Starkill just takes over this one too, man? Or what if this one beats, you know, Azazel and the Starkill, but then decides to act on its own?
The main infrastructure of Dawnstar will be contained on a highly fortified and heavily armed orbital defense platform known as the Ark. The Ark is...
The Ark? Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm pausing a lot again. Sonic reference, if you know. The Ark was the thing in the Sonic movie 3 or in Sonic Adventure 2. It's also literally turns into like a cannon that can obliterate Earth.
Is set to be launched within the coming days.
That literally
operation commencing on July 4th, 1999. Codename Operation Rapture.
The thing looks just like the arc from Sonic Adventure. It's like just like a circle with like a point at the end. Arc launch. Commander Vindex. Name Simon S. Villeneuve. Villeneuve. Simon S. Villeneuve. That's right? Let me know if I'm wrong. Date of birth, September 7th, 1952, United States of America. Commander of Home Gamma Majestic Arc Fleet. Welcome, sir. Please don't die like the rest of our characters. That would be great. Conversation with Dawnstar. June 28th, 99.
All personnel are currently on standby. Fleet is prepared for immediate action.
Thank you, Commander. According to diagnostic calculations, the main orbital artillery will be fully charged at 0100 hours. Final scans of the Akashic plane will commence at 0700 hours. Calculated deviation from original strategy, plus or minus 2.3%. Within acceptable range for adjustments within 48 hours.
Understood.
Calculated combatant fatalities, 25. Calculated civilian fatalities, 450. Within acceptable range.
Is the Starkill currently aware of Operation Rapture?
Given current intel and hypothetical reconstruction of Starkill creative thought process, negative.
Understood. Arc Fleet will begin combat readiness preparation ASAP.
This is sick. This is crazy. This is so crazy. July 3rd, 99. Final target observations. Oh my god, are they gonna destroy it on July 4th? Holy America. Babel site. Alright, so they're just gonna destroy every main hub of this place. Coliseum site. AZ001. Oh, they're gonna shoot directly at it too? If this goes well, that has to be it. They're literally taking out everything. Operation Rapture, Arc Fleet ready, Throne 1 ready, Fleet Support ready. Oh, bro. Operation Rapture? Oh, hold up. Nope. Bring it back. Roll it back. Footage taken from blank, directed by blank, recovered 9/15/2003. Ooh. 2003. I'm gonna guess that this music is copyrighted as well, so if you don't hear it, I apologize, but I do recommend you go and watch the original video. Links to them will be in the description down below. Be sure to go support your analog horror content creators. Rapture. Sick. Sick. Paradise. Glassed by orbital lasers. Glassed. Throne 1. Wow. Coliseum site bombed with AGM-158 missiles.
AZ-001 obliterated by nuclear weaponry. Babel site evaporated by orbital rail cannon. High energy rating detected. Oh, that's Nero. Code blue. Nero 98% match, yep. Why is the cannon offline? Turn it back on. Alright, yeah, nice poem. Blast him. Show him freedom real quick. Enough yapping. Oh. Let's go. Let's get that cannon ready again. Oh no. Oh no. Did the AI actually get like taken over by the Starkill? Because it sounded like that they were repeating the same thing there. Media report, Operation Rapture, July 4th. On July 4th, 1999 at 12:33 a.m., the Starkill threat was officially declared to be 100% eradicated. Home Gamma Majestic's Department of Press and Media began a cover-up campaign to hide the truth of Operation Rapture. I guess they just don't want the public to know. Lincoln, July 4th. Good morning. Civil authorities have issued a civil emergency message for Nicholas County.
The following message is transmitted at the request.
Kansas City.
Just in, a chemical explosion overnight at Grove Manufacturing has resulted in a deadly wildfire covering much of Paradise, Missouri.
Chemical emergency, evacuate south. Alright, so yeah, this is all the way that they're covering it up. By the end of Operation Rapture, the civilian death toll amounted to 1,734 with another 10,000 injured. Damn. Despite this, the truth of Operation Rapture and the Starkill threat as a whole remained hidden from public attention. Okay, so then this makes sense why all the tapes, like, it seems like whoever's finding these tapes has no idea what's going on with them, because a lot of this was covered up or hidden.
Damage report. Columbia, Missouri. Highway 81, July 5th. Paradise. Damage report within acceptable limit. Proper cover-up and reconstruction measures have been enacted. July 7th. End of report. What is that circle? One nation under God. Well, hold up. Oh wait, just go back. What is this symbol? I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. I believe this symbol on the ground here is this symbol, known as the Metatron cube. It is a bit hard to see the symbol fully in the Rapture video just because it is at an angle, but it does make sense for what this is. Metatron cube is a powerful symbol in sacred geometry representing the structure of creation and the interconnectedness of the universe. It is named after Archangel Metatron, who is believed to oversee the flow of energy in creation, so it's just believed to represent the energetic balance of the universe. Let's just go back there too and see if we could understand or even look back at a few things. Because Nero and this other apostle, which again, don't know who or what this is, if we're even supposed to know what this is, seem to like join up together here as a way to fight back. But let's just listen to what they say again. Okay, so long as there's a will to oppose us, the cycle will repeat. Basically saying that as long as you guys keep fighting back, this is going to keep happening no matter what. There you go. There's the image again. I believe this is what AZ001's true form is, because we keep seeing this over and over again. Ooh. That's new. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can reverse image search that. Okay, it's the man with the melted skin. I didn't even realize that was the same thing. Remember, it was the image that was used in the thumbnail that I made for Interlude A. This is the man with the melted skin from the Interlude. Remember when they were like using the Starkill on humans and trying to like see how it would adapt to them and things when they were trying to like reverse engineer it, and it ended up melting a guy's skin? That's what this image is. It's just kind of colored differently here. That looks like it might be, remember that up close angle of that guy in Interlude? Okay, that's a human, like, looks like internals of a human. I'm not too sure exactly how much audio you're gonna hear from this because I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, so I might have to remove it. But you can hear the voice of the Dawn Star and the voice of the apostles talking together at the same time, saying the same things, which I feel like even this image right here, like, see how it's like stretching up? It's almost like maybe it's reaching to connect to the Dawn Star, and maybe it transferred the Starkill's consciousness into the Dawn Star, so now it's taking control of the Dawn Star. Especially when the Dawn Star, I'm saying Dawn Star a lot, especially when the Dawn Star is supposed to think like the Starkill, I feel like it wouldn't be hard for the Starkill to just like make that connection and take it over. And if it took over the Dawn Star, then I feel like it just has humanity's like ultimate device now. This thing that could like drop nukes and fire lasers at Earth. By the way, that was pretty awesome though, seeing them try to explode all the other sites and seeing Nero come up and the Apostle combine together is pretty insane. But let's jump into the final video of Act 2. Video 8. Red Oak.
The description for this video reads, Midwest Angelica 008S. The tape primarily contains on-set and B-roll footage from the REDOAK production company. The identity of the voice heard on the tape remains unknown. Let's see. REDOAK Production Co. Video property of REDOAK Production Co. Any unauthorized copying, exhibition, renting, distribution, and/or broadcast the contents of video cassette is strictly prohibited. All rights reserved. That's so confusing. So there's a lot to unpack there. In that last episode, on the surface, it seems like it's kind of just like a behind the scenes of the creation of Midwest Angelica itself, but this is actually like a video in the lore. I don't want people to think that it is just like a behind the scenes video. Let's just go back to the first ever video on the channel. The first ever video on the Midwest Angelica channel is called Call Now, and it's about the Midwest Angelica movie. And there's a whole like phone number and stuff like that. Do not call the number, it doesn't go to anything. I'll free you of your time with that one. But what's important is that it's advertising the Midwest Angelica movie. And the description for this video says, this tape was discovered at the Oklahoma Cherokee site. It is believed that the footage, which depicts an advertisement on KMTV Channel 3, was recorded sometime between October 31st of 1991 and January 1st of 1992. The product depicted in the advertisement, a film titled Midwest Angelica, has yet to be recovered. This video ties in with the last video that we just watched, basically showing, you know, an incredible tie-in for the whole series and how it's all connected. So someone in 1989 wants to make a film about all the things that pretty much happened in the Midwest Angelica series, but they do it in 1989. And the film is released, I believe they said, in 1991, which makes sense about the advertisement description here and the time that this advertisement was on TV. But explain how someone made an entire movie called Midwest Angelica that basically predicted all the events of everything that we have just watched in the series. I hope this makes sense to you. That's like if someone made an entire movie on World War II and everything that happens in World War II, but released it before World War II even happened. Like, the accuracy of these events is insane. And it also explains the description in Rapture. Remember, Rapture's description said the tape was found in the Greater Texas Chasm and required additional footage taken from redacted for the sake of context and visual clarity. The additional footage is from the Midwest Angelica movie. Again, like, I hope that this is making sense of how weird this is. Someone in the Midwest Angelica universe made an entire movie basically predicting every event that was going to happen in 1999 with incredible accuracy. And
again, like if you listen to that video, like apparently the director paid for it all out of his own pocket, told everybody how to do it exactly, and then disappeared right before the movie was released. Now, I was thinking this, and even the comments are thinking it, is that the director is actually Dr. Lucas Michaels, because Dr. Lucas Michaels apparently vanished in 1989, which lines up when this movie was starting to be created. Dr. Lucas Michaels, the person who was getting sent visions from AZ-001, decides to go and make a movie using all of his own money, basically predicting the events of the future, and then disappears before the movie's even released. Why? Like, what is the point? What is the point of that? Even if AZ-001 was forcing Dr. Michaels to do that by giving him these visions and things like that, what would be the purpose of that? Of making a movie about these events? It just doesn't make sense. Why? I'm sure it is going to make sense. Like, there's going to be a logical reason, but it's just so weird. Even if the theory is true that Dr. Lucas Michaels is the director of this film, the person that put all of this together, that would mean that he probably got visions from AZ-001 about all of it. So AZ-001 knew about everything that was going to happen before it even happened, which again would mean that it knew about Rapture, it knew what to do, and it knew how to survive that event. So even if it didn't connect to Dawnstar and take over Dawnstar using the Starkill, AZ-001 still has a plan. It's not done yet still. And I mean, we obviously know that because we're going to get an Act 3. And for those of you that don't know, Act 3 is supposed to be the final part of the series. It's going to be a movie that is going to include the second interlude and Act 3 all in one. Apparently, I think it's supposed to release around fall-ish. So I'm super excited for that. I think that's going to be the first analog horror series that I've covered front to back on the channel after I cover that. Or the first series that I've seen start and end, really, I think. A lot of the series I feel like I cover are either still ongoing or they have, been canceled, or the creator just didn't feel like doing it anymore, things like that. But it's incredible to see how far this project has come. And something that I don't think people think about is how much we actually don't see the creatures in this series. And I realized that when I'm trying to make a thumbnail for these videos, because I'm always like, all right, it's best to put like a monster in a thumbnail or something to attract a viewer. But it's so hard to find things for this series because it does such a good job of not just straight up showing you the creature, which I've seen people talk about is like, it just adds to the horror because you don't exactly know what it is. You're just kind of hinted or shown glimpses of it, which I just think is so cool. And again, just the whole art style of this entire series is awesome. It all stays connected. It never like reaches somewhere crazy with the art style. It's always like, it just makes sense. You see it and you're like, yeah, this is a part of Midwest Angelica. It's just incredibly well done. And big shout out to Aidan and AQ Studio for the amazing job that they've done on this. The link to the Midwest Angelica channel will be at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. And also, I'll be linking AQ Studio and Aidan channel in the description as well, because they are the creators of this series and they deserve as much support as well. It really just is incredible. And honestly, I think from here, obviously the Starkill isn't done yet. I do think that it has taken over the Dawnstar, and the Dawnstar is going to win. I think the Starkill is going to win here. I don't think humanity's gonna win this one, because no matter what, the Starkill just always comes back somehow. And if the whole movie prediction thing is right, then the Starkill knows exactly how everything's gonna play out before it even plays out. So it knows how to win this time. It knows how to finally beat the humans. But I'm super excited for the movie, obviously, when it comes out. And just so you guys know, when it does come out, I'm not going to be covering it right away. So when you see that notification, when you see that Midwest Angelica drops that movie, be sure to please go and watch it for yourself. Go and show some support. Go and show this series a great wrap up and finishing. I'm super excited for it and I can't wait to see it. Also, again, I'm gonna talk about it one more time. Please be sure to go check out the Midwest Angelica merch, which the link to it will be in the description down below as well. They seriously have some amazing and awesome designs, especially if you have watched the series with me. I think you'll really appreciate it, and just all the references it does to all the different events that happen. And I even saw that at one point they did a thing where if you bought merch, you got like a little secret PDF, which I did get, but I'm not going to go over it on stream because I feel like that's something that you guys should have to buy the merch for. So if you're interested in that, be sure to go and check out the Midwest Angelica merch page. Again, link in the description. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I have no idea how long this video is going to be at this moment, but I'm sure it's extremely long. So thank you so much for making it to this point. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit 1.5 million subscribers. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.